Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hope y'all are doing amazing tonight. So I just wanted to come on real quick. We're getting tons of questions about funnels. It's a new year. How can I level up? How can I get more clients? How can I acquire more customers? And stuff like that. So I just wanted to come on and answer a few questions for y'all. So if you got any funnel questions, feel free to drop it down. If you want to drop a link to your funnel, I'll bring it up. If you want to get on camera briefly, I'll answer any questions that you got. So I see y'all coming on. Do me a favor, share this out, tag some people, let people know we live. It's going to be a quick live. Just want to come on and answer a few questions. I know it's a new year. I know everybody has big, ambitious goals. So I definitely wanted the funnel doctor to come and give you the prescription on how you can level up your funnel in 2023. So like I said, do me a favor, share this out, tag some people, drop it in someone's DM, put it in your story, or just get some other folks in here. Because like I said, it's going to be rapid fire Q&A, any funnel question that you got, and also want to cover a few different things. So let me just type something real quick. All right. So, like I said, do me a favor when y'all come on, just jump on, tag some folks, let some folks know that we are officially live. So, what I want to talk about. So, it's 2023. It's a new year. I know everybody's like, okay, how can I level up? How can I increase my revenue? How can I acquire more customers? So there are multiple different ways to do that. I did a video on this a few days ago talking about, I truly believe that when it comes to marketing, especially direct response marketing, the fundamentals of marketing does not change. So your avatar who you speak to should not change. Your actual sales copy, your messaging, like all that should not necessarily change. It just may be the way that you market to someone. So in 2023, there are definitely a lot of different ways to market, creative ways to do content and stuff like that. But the fundamentals of marketing should not change. It's like basketball. We going back to the basics. The fundamentals of basketball or any sport, they don't change. You can go back 100 years or so. The actual fundamentals of the game do not change. Now, someone may be more athletic. They may be, a few different things to razzle dazzle, but the actual fundamentals should not change. So that's what I truly believe in your business and marketing. So the number one thing is, who is your avatar? Really understanding who is your avatar that you're trying to speak to. Our online branding 101. Do you think it's better go high level or ClickFunnels? Great question. People ask me that all the time. I'm biased to ClickFunnels. Anybody that knows me or work with me and stuff like that, I'm always going to say ClickFunnels because I'm biased to them. So I personally would say ClickFunnels, but I know high level. I've seen it. I've worked with it a little bit. And the thing about it, see what's happening now is a lot of platforms are trying to be an all-in-one platform. So that's what a high level is trying to be. I know ClickFunnels 2.0 just came out, and a lot of that is, trying to be all in one. There's another one that one of my clients just sent me called ClickSlow, CLIXLO. Is another one that someone just sent me, and it's kind of all on one platform. So a high level, I believe you can do your funnels there. You can do scheduling through your calendar. You can process payments. You can have all your lead flow. You can have your automation, like literally everything all in one. And you can also white label it. So it's a lot of people out here that's saying, oh, I got my own funnel software. I got my own platform, but they're actually white labeling through like a high level or something like that. So from what I've seen, high level is okay. I personally like ClickFunnels the best. And the reason is because ClickFunnels, from what I've seen, still gives you the best conversions. So anytime I'm looking at a platform, because people ask me all the time, what platform should I use? What should I do? It's like a million different platforms. You see ads, you see people referring stuff and everything like that. And I always get questions like, well, what's better? Should I use ClickFunnels? Should I use Kartra? Should I use Shopify? It's like a million different platforms. And when I'm looking at it, people always ask me, and they don't always look at it from the right perspective. I'm always going to look at it from the lens of what's going to get me the most conversions. So from what I've seen, None of the other platforms give you better conversions than ClickFunnels. Now, if I'm wrong, someone show me the data. So I'm not, and I am biased to ClickFunnels. I like the platform. I go to the conferences. I listen to Russell Brunson. But at the same time, the money's in the data. So if someone can show me that a platform can outweigh, you can get more conversions, you can acquire more people and so forth from a different platform, then I'm willing to look at the data, but no one can show it to me. So that was definitely a good question. But I would say ClickFunnels over High Level all day. All right. If anybody has any other questions, feel free to drop it down. Like I said, I want to come through, just answer a few funnel questions. You can type it in the chat. If you want to get on camera briefly, you can ask me the question face to face. As long as, it's respectable, you ask a question, no funny stuff going on, or I will get you off and block you. If it's any type of funny stuff, it's going to go on. But feel free to ask any question that you have. But that definitely was a good question. That's the number one question I get. Let me think about some other questions that I get when they're related to funnels and marketing. I always get a question on advertising. How much should I spend? So I know someone may come on and be like, all right, well, how much should I spend and everything like that. And the real answer is it depends. Radar Solution says you're going to the ClickFunnels conference this year. God willing, I'll be getting my 2 Comma Club award. So I will be there as long as I qualify for the 2 Comma Club award. So I will be there to pick up my award and just be there as well. I do enjoy the conference because to me, it's the best marketing conference in the world because it's run by people who are the top marketers in the world. So God willing, I will be there. But yeah, that's a question as well. If any folks are there, love to connect and everything like that, just let me know. But hey, Janice, thank you so much for being here. Shout out to the Retail Genius. So what I was getting at, another question that I always get is, how much should I spend on advertising? So, and the real answer is it depends. Like, that's such a loaded question because there's so many caveats to it. Because I always ask people ask me, how much should I spend? And I say, what's your goal? Like, does the amount you want to spend align with your goal? Because a lot of people have very high and ambitious goals. I want to do a 50K launch. Okay, that's great. I hope you do a 50K launch. I hope you do a 100K launch. What do you want to spend? Well, I want to spend like $500. That doesn't match up. So I always ask like, well, what is your goals? Like, what is your ultimate revenue goal? And then once we know like what your goal is, then we work backwards. Well, if you know you want to make 50K or 20K or 100K or 10K or whatever, then I can be like, all right, well, if you spend 10,000 and you want to make 50K, maybe with the $10,000 budget, we can think about, okay, well, how many, leads are you going to acquire? If you're doing a webinar, you're doing a challenge, you're doing a summit, like whatever that is, some type of lead generation mechanism, it's like, okay, when you spend money on advertising, there's always a cost associated with it. So what is it going to cost to get someone to become a lead? What is it going to cost to get someone on your list? What is it going to cost for someone to join your challenge or your webinar or like whatever the case may be? And then once we do that, it's like we do the numbers from there. Generally, if you're doing a webinar, a challenge, a summit, an event, only a percentage of the people that actually sign up, even if it's for free, if you charge for it, your show up rates will be a lot higher generally because people that pay attention. But if it's a challenge or a webinar or something free, generally only 20 to 30% of the people are actually going to show up. So if you don't spend enough money, marketing money, advertising money on the front end, you'll never meet your goal on the back end. So that's why I always ask people, like, what is your actual goal? Before I can just throw out a random, suggestion on what you should spend, I always want to make sure it aligns with your goal. So again, based on what you spend, there's going to be a cost to acquire a lead or a sign up or whatever. Maybe 20 to 30%, 40% actually show up, stay engaged, and actually get to the end when you actually present your offer. And that's how we play the numbers. So I can't just be like, oh, well, spend 2,000 and you'll make 20,000 or whatever the case may be. There's so many nuances of it, and it definitely just depends. All right, shout out to everybody joining. My guy Justin just joined. Justin, what's going on, man? I need you to hit me. Somebody told me something, Justin, too, man. Like, I don't want to say it on live, but the streets is out here talking. Justin, you need to call me. But I heard you was caught somewhere that you shouldn't have been. You making too much money to be caught on where I heard you was caught at. I ain't gonna share it, but just hit me, Justin. I'm in your city also. All right. So anybody have any other questions or anything related to funnels, digital marketing, advertising, and stuff like that? But like I said, what I wanted to talk about was really like how you can level up your funnel in 2023. So some of the goals, of course, should be, how do we acquire more customers? Anytime I'm working with clients or anything like that, that's our number one objective of like, how can we acquire more customers? So when we're spending money on marketing and advertising, whatever the case may be, like that is the focus. Likes is okay, shares, comments, like engagement on social media, like that stuff is cute. But we want to measure it by like a return on our investment. How can we actually acquire customers or leads that can convert into customers? How are you guys pivoting with this new technology, GPT? Can you fill me in on what that is? I'm probably out the loop because I don't necessarily know what that is, but how we adjust with anything is really any new change with technology or what's going on in the landscape. For me, it always goes back to the basics. The principles of marketing do not change, just the mechanism of how we market does. So everything related to direct response, copywriting, sales messages, like that stuff has been going on since the beginning of time. It's just the way we can do it is different. So now it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. 50 years ago, it was 3, 6, and 10. You know what I mean? Or now, we're on someone's Facebook feed as opposed to being on a newspaper ad. You know what I'm saying? So like the sales messaging does not necessarily change. It's just the way we can communicate with people does. Another thing, of course, now that's been going on for, years now is there's a direct-to-consumer relationship. So the middleman is no longer in play when it comes to getting in front of the people we want to get in front of. So that's just another thing as well that we have to take advantage of because the gatekeepers are gone. There's no middleman. It's direct to consumer. We can go directly to the people we want to get to. But when we get in front of them, what are we going to do? We need to be able to capture them, nurture them, and then convert them because 97% of the people that see you for the first time are not ready to do business. So what do we have to do? We have to capture information. We have to put them on our lists. We have to automate it. We have to nurture them. We have to explain why they should buy our product or service. And we can do all that stuff automated and stuff like that. All right, so I see more folks joining. All right, so do me a favor when you join, please jump on. You can share your name, your business name. If you have a question, also make sure you share this out. Tag some other folks who need to be here. Drop it in your story or someone's DM and stuff like that. Let me see if there's anything else I want to talk about. Also, I do have a link there. I do have a free online training coming up next week, Tuesday, January 17th. We're going to be covering a lot of different things, but I really want to help people create their, a 6-figure funnel without all the unnecessary stuff. So now in our agency, we built tons and tons of funnels. We built funnels in, almost every industry you could probably imagine. Now our core focus is people that are service providers, coaches, authors, consultants, and stuff like that. And we built tons of funnels that have done well over 6 figures. We've done tons of funnels that have hit, 7 figures and beyond. So I want to help more people hit that threshold. Hey, Tina, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. We work with Tina as well. So Tina is an expert e-commerce person, Klaviyo expert and stuff like that. So if you need anything related to Klaviyo or e-com, Shopify, I definitely strongly suggest you get with her. And Tina will be having a lot more work as well to do together because you definitely, do amazing work and definitely love working with you. So again, Tuesday, January 17th is a free online training. Click the link right there. thefunnelDoctoronlinetraining.com, thefunnelDoctoronlinetraining.com. If you want to create a funnel that does 6 figures or beyond. If you don't, if you're okay where you at, if you just kind of, just moving along, that's fine. But for people that are serious about their business, they want to learn from an expert, and they truly want to have a funnel that if you put $1 in, you get 2 to 3 back. That's what we want to show you how to do. Go to Ryan and he will come to me. Yep, can do that as well. Definitely can do that as well. So again, we've done, a lot of work. We do work with folks still, we try to niche down and work with more service providers and stuff like that. But, for all the e-com folks and product brands, like we love to work with you. We do specialize in Shopify and Klaviyo and stuff like that. So some of the things we'll be talking about on next week's training, really how to create a profitable sales funnel that generates sales on demand. So how many of you would like a system that will sell when you don't? So when you wake up, your Stripe account is already going off, or your Shopify is already going off, or whatever the case may be. So you can really have the freedom that you crave for. A lot of us are spinning our wheels too much when they're doing business. I got an ad going out there and the copy was like, did you leave your 9 to 5 to work 24/7? And I see a few people, they comment and it was like, oh, why? I love what I do. So I love working all the time. That is not a scalable method to grow your business. Everything like that. So, hey, what's going on, bro? Let me know if you want to jump on. I can add you. I don't mind adding you real quick. We can chop it up. Let me know just if you want, if you're able, you can send a request or I'll request you. But that is one of the main things that we want to talk about. The training is really how you can generate sales on demand, and a funnel will allow you to do that. The best sales rep you will ever have is your actual funnel. So I know people try to go out, they try to hire sales reps, they try to, recruiting and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, depending on the type of business you need, something like that. But your sales funnel can literally be the best sales rep that you can ever imagine. I'm about to do a live with a few people hop on. All right, bet. Yeah, just as soon as you get on, I can hop on. All right. So another thing that we want to talk about in next week's training, and you can click the link, thefunnelDoctorOnlineTraining.com. Like why you don't have to be a world-class marketer to create a profitable sales funnel, and you don't have to be like a super tech person. Like me, I'm not a super tech person. You know what I mean? Like I know somebody just asked me a tech question and I didn't even know what you're talking about because I'm not a super tech person. You don't have to be a super technical person to be able to create a funnel. You really have to be able to identify who your avatar is and really understand what is the problem that you solve for them. So I know some people, when it comes to sales and, selling stuff to people, is like, oh, I don't want to, sell stuff to people. I don't want to come off negative or sleazy. But like, I truly believe as entrepreneurs, we're not salespeople. We're not selling anything. We're solving a problem in the marketplace. So, how does your product or service solve a problem in the marketplace? So that's what I truly believe. And, just being able to clearly identify that and then speak to what your USP is. So your USP, if you're not familiar, is your unique selling proposition. So it is very, very competitive in the marketplace. So what is going to separate you from everyone else? Like, really think about that. And anytime I work with someone or we meet with clients or whatever, we always are asking that and like really getting people to think about that of like, what's going to separate you from everyone else? And you may know that, but how can you clearly articulate that? So whatever business that you have, product, service, hair care, nails, coach, author, consultant, like there's a million other people doing what you already do. So what is going to separate you from everyone else? So like really being able to clearly identify that and to communicate that so you can acquire more customers. And then secret number 3, we'll be talking about next week, is how to drive unlimited traffic to your funnel or your website, no matter how the algorithms change. Now, I already know, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you at, the algorithms are always going to change. So what worked today is definitely not going to work tomorrow. Yesterday's price is not today's price. So it's like, okay, how can I have a holistic strategy when it comes to traffic? Y'all know, if you follow me or you ever checked out anything that I've done or been a client or whatever, I am big on paid traffic. But we can't 100% rely on paid traffic because the algorithms can still change. So the cost of doing business is always going up and stuff like that. So that's why I truly believe you got to learn how to really funnel stack. And this is a term that somewhat new and stuff like that, and many people don't know a lot about it, but you really, really have to know how to funnel stack. And what that means is anytime you're spending money on advertising, like I just said a little while ago, there's always a cost to acquire a lead or a customer. And now with all the changes, iOS change that happened almost 2 years ago now, it's crazy. And just the cost to get in front of people, to get eyeballs and acquire people has increased dramatically. So before, we could use a low-cost funnel, a tripwire funnel, a SLO funnel, or whatever to potentially break even, maybe even make a little bit of money. And now we acquired someone, we spent money, now we can keep selling to them. Now, you may need to break even with 2 funnels. So instead of we do a free book funnel, we get someone, maybe they get an upsell, we got them on the list. Now we can get them in our back-end products. But now you may need to stack 2 funnels on top of each other to actually get in the black or just break even. So it might be a book funnel. Now we got to stack a webinar funnel on the back of it. So once they come through these 2 funnels, now we can turn a profit. So this is something that I'll be talking a lot more about in my training and other trainings. So I really want to train people a lot more on this actual, strategy and tactic, because funnel stacking is really the way that you're going to be able to survive, through digital marketing in the marketplace. Like I said, it's a lot, harder to acquire customers, it's a lot more expensive, especially a lot of product brands and e-commerce brands have had to close shop. Because their order value is just not high enough to be able to compete in the marketplace. So you definitely want to make sure that you are taking heed to that. You're funnel stacking, you're upselling, you're downselling. And the main goal is to really increase the order value when someone comes into your funnel. Because if you don't have enough money coming in on the back end, then it's going to be hard for you to keep acquiring customers and keep spending money on advertising. Are you designing the funnels too? Yes, we do everything. So in our agency, our core service is our done for you funnels, which we do the copy, we design it, we do the integrations, we build out the automations and so forth. So we do the designing and everything like that as well. So anybody, if you want to schedule a call, you can just click the link in my bio. You can schedule a call. Also, again, we have a free online training coming up next week. In just a few days. So you definitely want to make sure you locked into that. You want to start off 2023 the right way. And it starts with having the right funnel in place, because, again, a lot of things out of your control, but what you can control is your funnel. What you can control is your messaging. What you can control is your offers and how you will send people up and get them into your value ladder. A lot of other stuff is out of your control. So that's pretty much all I had for tonight. Just wanted to jump on real quick, share a few things with y'all. If you got any last questions, feel free to drop it down. If you want to type it in the chat, or if you want to get on camera briefly, you can do so. But I really just wanted to come on real quick and talk about how you can level up your funnel in 2023. Because it's a new year. I know people got a lot of goals. The main thing is you want to have a strategic funnel in place. You want to be able to keep growing your list, acquiring more customers, and increasing your order value, because that is just so important. A lot of businesses struggle because they don't either have a list, they don't focus on growing their list, they don't nurture their lists, they don't communicate with their list. So all the big brands you see out there, the people doing, high 6 figures, 7 figures, and so forth. What I've seen is a constant with all of them. We work with tons of high 6-figure or 7-figure companies, even some doing 8 figures. They all have big lists. They all focus on building their list, nurturing their list. That is a major KPI in their business. Is like, okay, how much is our list growing? How many people can we add to it every single day? How can we speak to them? How can we nurture them? How can we speak to the pain points and stuff like that? So you want to make sure that you are continuously building your list. It's so important. Too many entrepreneurs try to skip steps and don't really focus on list building. And it helps you so much more in the long run. So when you're launching something new, you can launch it to your list. If you want to get feedback or what else should you offer, what other things, people need or want, You can do that just by speaking to your list and stuff like that. So you definitely want to focus on list building in 2023 and beyond. Anything else, feel free to DM me. Make sure you join the online training. If you want to schedule a call, the link is in my bio. Let's have an amazing 2023. Make sure you level up your funnel, acquire more customers, acquire more leads, increase your order value, and ultimately meet your revenue goals. All right, y'all have a great night.